Hello, everybody. This is Sergio Diaz from Roca. I work at the A&D department at New York, and today we are here to talk a little bit with Thomas Morbitzer and Goil Amornvivat from AMMOR Architecture. Hi, how are you guys?
Hi,
Hi,
how
how
are
you
you?
doing?
Hi, Sergio.
Good to see you.
Good to see you as well, even at this way. Guys, how you can you introduce yourself a little bit, talk about your careers and your company, please?
Sure. So we have a firm called AMMOR Architecture, and we're based in New York City. We've had AMMOR for 13 years. We've been working in New York for 20 years now. We do mostly custom residential work and some special commercial work, mostly for creative companies. We have a lot of repeat clients, which is great. And we work in New York, Long Island, and then we've had projects in Palm Springs, in Amman, Jordan, in Chicago. So we're lucky to have repeat clients that take us all over the world with them.
That's fantastic. I mean, we've been working with you probably 3-4 years already, right? More or less.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
Yeah, and Goil, how are you regarding? No, you're fine. You want to talk a little bit about the inspirational process that you get to your clients, how you get to your fantastic results in your projects?
Yeah, I mean, I think we find a lot of inspiration through traveling. You know, when you go to sort of exotic places, there's a rich history in materials in historic projects, and we like to sometimes bring that into an updated, more modern context, and not in a necessarily literal way. So one of the things, travel is a big inspiration for us. That's something we can't quite do now, but we have such a great backlog of you know, rich cultural influence that we're able to draw from for our projects.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're like problem solvers, but like we don't shy away from history. We realize that, like, you know, we are situated in, you know, in a context.
Right, in a unique historic time where we
Right.
have access to a lot of historic things, but we don't feel like we have to be slavish
Right.
to replicate them or copy them.
So we love form making, but like materiality, you know, is important to us.
Right.
We want to make sure, like, you know, when we're like architects who can do interior design, I feel like.
Well,
Because
that's literally what we are.
because
Architects who do it.
because we actually, you know, we make, you know, we form make, but at the same time we, you know, we still make those classic, you know, material boards like interior designers do.
And you look great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, the whole thing needs to be like kind of like looked at together as one animal. So like, you know, when I'm looking at material, when we're looking at a material board, we're like, you know, we're pointing out all the things that shouldn't be there, and kind of like it's a process of like getting it concise.
It's like equal parts discovery and editing.
Yeah.
So we pull as many things together as we can, and then we start to edit out the different things. And we look for things that are supposed to be the figure and other things that are supposed to be the ground.
Yeah.
And knowing how to balance that's a big part of it.
Right.
That's
But also,
yes. Go ahead.
but also practicality as well, because, you know, like things like tiles, like porcelain tiles are easy to use for us because it's durable.
Yes.
And beautiful. Like there's a really good blend there. And,
Right.
and you know, for us, it's easy to walk into a space and see when it's been designed by a professional designer versus something that's been kind of done by a hobbyist. You know, there's a certain level of, you know, where the pattern starts and stops, the layout, you know, there's definitely a level of attention, and to have, you know, good products available that can make sure that happens is really important.
Yes, and we're happy to be there for you. I only want to mention the rest of your team is fantastic. I mean, Parker, Muriel, and everybody at your office is amazing. And how is the relationship now that you are working remotely, and how is the process working with clients and the meetings?
Fortunately, it's going fine. Everyone adjusted to working remotely very well. With clients, you know, one of our clients said that, you know, we have a longer runway now before the project starts. So there's a little more time to think about things. And I mean, fortunately, you've been able to send us some samples to help keep some things moving. And, you know, getting samples at our house, you know, instead of at the office was a very helpful thing to keep something moving along. I mean, that client actually lives in London for a New York project. And so, you know, we've been having to do this for them for a long time. And so for us to be able to get the materials and then to show them, you know, digitally was extremely helpful. But I think the staff's been doing great.
Yeah,
I mean, they're real troopers.
We're always on our phones all the time anyway, so this is not that big of a change.
Seeing everybody on a regular basis in person.
Okay, so anything that you want to mention about your upcoming projects or?
Well, I guess not so much our upcoming projects, but just about our process and the importance of materials. So we have from time to time taught at interior design schools and architecture schools. And I feel like we've always emphasized in those classes how important material is and how understanding pattern and availability and all of that stuff is something. So it's always been important to us and important to teach to, you know, younger generations as they come up, not just so they can work in an office better, but so that they can design and problem solve more efficiently and effectively. I think that's something, I mean, we're of course thrilled with our current and existing projects. And I mean, the funny thing is, I think we met you right before we took a trip to Portugal. And I remember in Lisbon, the Roca has a really gorgeous showroom there. And so we were walking down the main street there, and we're like, hey, isn't that Sergio's company?
Yes,
Let us in.
in certain locations, Roca has galleries because worldwide we are well known for the plumbing and bathroom products. And hopefully one day we can work that way here as well. But as you know, what we mainly do here is tiles, and you'll be using our products constantly, and we always appreciate that, and we want to thank you for that. And also thank you for your time today. And if you need anything, you can always count on us. And thank you so much.
Great,
hey,
thank you.
To see you.
I hope everyone stays creative.
Yes, I hope so. Next meeting in person, all right?
Absolutely.
No
Sounds
handshakes.
Right. No, not for a while. Okay, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good day. Bye.